invite tribe. Here we go.
Okay, I need to do a sound check. Can you guys hear me? Because I can't hear nothing. Can you guys hear me? Because my mic is muted. My mic. I'm muted. Can you guys hear me? Okay, there we go. Okay, we're cool now. All right, so let's do this. Give me a second. Can you guys hear me? All right. Okay, there we go. What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to Richie Rich Abroad and the solo show. We do it once a week in the middle of the week. It's the only one we do without Chang. Chang is back on the weekend. And today's show, I think is a good show. We got all this stuff cracking and going on all around the world. Would you move? What would make you move to the Philippines? What would make you move from your country, wherever you are? If you're in the U.S., if you're in Bermuda, if you're in the Caribbean, wherever you are, what would make you move? What would make you say, to hell with this? You know what? I'm out. Move to the Philippines. Move to Cambodia, Thailand, wherever it is, Dominican Republic, wherever it is. What would make you say, that's it, I had enough, bump this, I'm out of here? That's the topic of today's show. I want to know and if you have moved, what made you say, to hell with this, that's it, I'm moving? What was it? What was the final thing that said, you know what, I'm going to try something different? What made you move? That's what I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what's on your mind, what it is that would make you move. All the stuff. Is it the politics? Is it the economic system in your own country? What would make you move from your country and come out here to the Philippines? We know the world is a mess right now. We know all the stuff that's going on. What would make you move? So I'm gonna start by talking about what made me move, and then you guys please chime in. The lines are open. Slick Rick is on the board. Chime in. What is it? 415-490-8030. Call in and let me know. Let us know what made you move, or what is making you even think about moving right now. What made me move? To be honest, I've been living abroad since 2013. And I'm gonna be real with you guys. What made me move was I was kind of going through a midlife crisis. I kind of, my son's in the Marine Corps. My daughter's going off to school, and suddenly I'm by myself, and I wanted to do something different. I had no idea what I wanted to do. My fiance well, we won't even go into all of that because I'll just get all emotional and all that. I ain't trying to get emotional. Anyway, my fiance passed away, as some of you guys know, and I really just wanted to do something different. That's what made me move to China in the first place. So I moved to China and started a whole new life and a whole new adventure there. And it was, in my opinion, one of the best decisions I ever made. I learned so much. I grew a lot. It was the first time I ever lived abroad. I traveled, but I never lived abroad. What would make you move from your country to another country? What? Pack up your stuff, sell your stuff, whatever, your cars, your guns, your whatever it is, sell your house and say, to hell with it, I'm gone, I'm out of here. What would make you move, right? Before we get started, let's shout some people out that's in the house. Ching is listening in the background because she's at work. I appreciate you, baby. Slick Rick is on the board. We know this. So you guys, if you call in, make sure your comments are articulate. Say what you got to say. Keep it short, to the point, and always be respectful, of course. Obi-Wan's in the house. What's up, Obi-Wan? Ronnie's in the house. It looks like I'm in the house. Ray is in the house. What's happening, Ray? And did I miss anybody? Let's see. I don't know. We'll keep. Anders is in the house. What's happening, Anders? I know Anders moves around a little bit here and there, and he's done some movement in the past. Black Box is here. Bruce M2 is here. What's happening, Bruce? A new member. What's happening, Bruce? Mr. Mister's in the house. And Big Boss. Big Boss is early and in the house. What's up with you? What happened to you, Big Boss? What got into you, brother? Morris is in the house. All right, you guys, so the topic is what it is. What would make you move or what made you move, or what makes you think about moving to another place? What makes you think about moving to another place? Is it the cost of living? Is it the politics in your country? Is it crime? For some people, it's the crime is too high. Damn it, I got to get out of here. I got to do something different. It could be crime. Is it affordability? How maybe you can't even afford to buy a house no more, right? What is it that's made you say, to hell with it, I gotta go. I just gotta go, right? Are you going abroad because you just feel like the cost of living is lower in the Philippines or in Thailand? What's made you go? Call in, call in. I want to see your comments, but I want you guys to call in. I really want to hear your point of view, right? All right, we'll take this first. We'll take this first comment, but before we do that, Christopher Michael, thank you for that super sticker, brother. Always appreciate you chiming in and appreciate your support. All right, Mr. said the fact that I was treated so much better overseas is what made me want to live abroad. It was honestly the first time I felt American. Christopher Michael, I'm going to tell you this, bro. I've heard that so many times. I mean, sorry, Mr. I've heard that so many times that cats say, you know, they felt like it was a privilege. It was an honor to be American when they traveled abroad. I've heard that a lot of times, and I kind of agree with that. You get treated different. At least you did before Donald Trump was president. But you do get treated different. There's a little bit of respect that goes with that blue passport. There really is. And I felt that living in China. I felt that traveling in Japan. I've really felt that wherever I've gone. There's just a little bit of more respect that's given to you when you have that blue passport, and or when you travel abroad to another country. So I absolutely agree with that. Okay. Black Box said, "Peace is my motivation and adventure." All right, we'll take this first call. Speaking of Black Box, I believe this is him. Black Box, I'm gonna give you 2 and 2, brother. Go ahead. What you got?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Rich, happy Wednesday morning. What, Thursday morning?
It's Wednesday here. Happy Hump Day for us.
Oh yeah, okay, Wednesday evening. All right. Oh no, Wednesday morning.
Wednesday morning.
All right. Yeah. All right. So me, I told you I'm going over there for adventure, but to get dental work done. So I can't get it done here. But I've been to the Philippines so many times. I would wind up being there anyway, but it's just that it's filling a few tokens for me.
Right.
I want adventure and different things and a new start. And when you're done, almost like I tell people, I could live here and be content, but there's no motivation here. You can't afford to vacation like you can when you're overseas.
Sure.
So the cost of living kind of kicks in there because I can manage living here, but I can't go nowhere. Really do things. Where over there, I can go places, and it's cheaper to fly out from there and use the Philippines as home base would be America.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, so many things that make more sense. I can exist here, but I want to live. So you get the difference.
Absolutely. So, and I agree with that. You can exist and in your home country. If you're a middle class citizen, you can exist there, but can you thrive? Can you live your best life? And I think that's what's making a lot of people move, man.
Politics moves like the wind, so it's not even that.
Right.
It's not that, and I tell people stop watching the box so much because it's stuff that's beyond your control. So don't get too involved in that mess because you don't have any direct control of what you see.
Man, people get so twisted. People get so twisted up, and I try to let it roll off me because, like you said, you can't control it. But the bottom line is, I think a lot of people are moving. They just want a better life, and they feel like they might can get a better life in another country.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, thank you, brother.
Dude, I'll let other people talk.
All right,
bro.
I appreciate you, man.
Yep.
All right, so I absolutely agree with Black Box. People feel like they can get a better life living abroad. They can thrive living abroad. That $3,000 or $4,000 that you were making a month living abroad, that goes so much further. You can do 3 times as much as you could have. Your rent is now $500 or $600 instead of $25,000 or $3,000. Things are cheaper. And if you think the prices of things are going up here in the Philippines, because they are, imagine what it must be like in the U.S., where things just go up dramatically. So why would you consider? Again, we'll open it up to everybody out there. why would you consider moving to the Philippines? Why have you considered moving to the Philippines or anywhere else in the world outside of your own country? Or why did you move? Why did you move? Black Box said something interesting. He said adventure. He wanted adventure. And you know what? I have the same thing, bro. Because I mean, I didn't know anybody who had lived in China. I didn't even know anybody who had traveled in China. And I'm always that cat. I want to be unique. I don't want to follow anybody. I feel like I'm a leader. I wanted to do something that other people hadn't done, so I could speak on something and talk about something and you know, with authority because I had been there, because I had done it. So that's what made me go to China. But there is that sense of adventure, the unknown. What's going to happen? What's it going to be like? And for me, I like the challenge. I like the challenge of learning a new language. I like that, man. We'll take another call. Caller, what you got, man?
Trey.
Hey, what's happening, Ray?
Philippines. And proud to be here.
All right.
I'm just thankful I'm over here already before all this stuff worked out.
I hear you. What made you come, man?
Well, a lot of factors. After, you know, burying my mom, you know, dealing stuff with my mom, I just needed a change, bro. After I feel my duty to my family, after my family was gone, I needed a change. I wanted to get out of my comfort box.
Right.
I needed peace of mind, bro. I ain't even tripping.
Right.
It's the best decision I ever made was coming here.
You know, I wouldn't say
I'm so happy. I
right.
feel so much at peace.
I
got people in this area. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's people in this area that, you know, I don't tell people I'm American now, but for obvious reasons. But they say, hey, you know, they ask me where you from, you know, just in this neighborhood where I'm living in the condo. You may be American, but we consider you one of us.
Right.
We're looking out for you. You know, I was shocked. I didn't know what to say.
Right.
It's people waving at me saying, hello, how you doing? How you doing today? You know, the guards always checking on me, you know.
Right.
How you doing? You know, and I think they really respect you wherever you're going. Try to learn the language. You ain't gotta be perfect, but you gotta learn. These guards out here, they always like, where you going when I walk out the gate? You know, how you doing? People don't even know me around here, waving at me. How you doing? They see me, but they don't really know me. They just saying, how you doing?
Right.
You know, dude, I wouldn't get that back home. You know, I mean, I would rarely get that back home.
So you like the respect that you get. You like the respect that they're giving you.
It's not really respect. I wouldn't call it respect. I guess appreciation.
Okay.
So, you know, and I'm gonna say this: I feel safer here than I do back in America.
No question.
I don't care what nobody say. You can call me out, call me with. No. I feel much safer here, especially with stuff going on around here. Now you still need to be careful over here.
Sure.
You know, don't be announcing that you're American because I keep it hush. So, but you got to be careful with the conflict and stuff going on over here. You know. And God bless you. You know, anybody got a son or a daughter in the military? Bless you.
I am.
It's a blessing. I appreciate you. I'm pro soldier. I ain't for this war, but I'm always pro soldiers. This thing needs to get over with real quick. That's why I moved. And I'm glad I got out of my comfort box. I just looked at things. I said, I need a change. I need peace. I want to get out of my comfort box.
I hear you, brother.
And going around and traveling around was the best thing I ever did. And I appreciate it. Hey, it's been great knowing you, Rich and Calvin. You know, instead of tearing each other down over here as expats, we need to get together.
That's exactly it. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. So Raymond says he likes the respect. He says he likes the fact that he feels safe here. Hey, I got to piggyback on that. Bro, when I walk out the door, I have no fear. Now, I still have that thing where my head is on a swivel, but I just have no fear walking out the door over here. We'll take another call. Caller, what makes you think about moving to the Philippines, moving abroad, living abroad? What makes you think about it, caller?
What is this, Kermit? How you doing, man?
Hey, Kermit, what's happening, man?
Oh, ain't nothing happening. You know what? You know, just as you walk down the street, people don't even look at you, acknowledge you. People aren't nice here in the United States. And, you know, everybody's so, I've never met a country where the people are so kind ever in my life. I've been quite a few places around the world. Now, the problem the Philippines has is the infrastructure. It has a lot to be desired. But, you know, you go to places like China and Japan and even Ireland, and the infrastructure is better off. You know, that's the only downfall. I don't know how those people are. I still don't believe any of them is as nice as the people in the Philippines. And the prices are so low. Look, I can't wait to get out of this country. We got an orange monster who's a president who is starting wars without approval from NATO. Now he wants help. Man, look, there's gonna be a lot of death and destruction over in this country very soon. And you know, I'm just sick of it. You know, I just hope they send all the people who voted for his blood over there first, but I know that's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
So that they can, but are they going to learn this time? You know, that's my question.
They're not going to learn, bro. They're not going to learn nothing. They haven't learned nothing yet. What would make you think they'll learn this time? Nah.
Because this time they lost their SNAP. The children are hungry. They've lost their medical benefits. It's just so much they've lost this time. Now the country's $50 trillion in debt. If they switch over to the yuan as far as money is concerned, the dollar's going to collapse. You might not be able to live on the Philippines no more because the dollar ain't going to be worth a crap.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. Hey, if they switch over to the yuan, I got to go.
All right.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, Kermit. We appreciate it. Hey, I know you were just here. Kermit, I know you were just here, so let me know when you're coming back, brother. We missed you last time. But okay. Hey, look, the people are very hospitable. Now, just a slight pushback. I mean, ever so slight pushback on what Kermit said. Is the people in the US aren't friendly. Kermit, I have to say it depends on where you are, bro. It depends on where you are, because I did my undergrad at University of Montana, and I am telling you, if you go to Montana, people are friendly. I don't care what color you are. I don't care. People are friendly. People are going to look at you. They're going to smile at you. They're going to acknowledge you. It's not the big city. And I know that there are other places like that in the Midwest. There's people are like that a lot too. I think it depends on where you are, but I get what you're saying. A lot of it is that big city mentality where people don't have time for you. They don't have time to talk to you or acknowledge you. And I like being here in the Philippines, where like Ray said, the security guards every day, the security guards smile at you. They will always acknowledge you. They will always talk to you. They'll always be kind to you. They're very helpful. The people are super hospitable. The people are very nice. Now, do you have to watch out for your pocketbook? Yeah. Do you have to watch out for people potentially trying to get at your money? Yeah. But look, that's your responsibility, right? That's what you got to do for yourself. All right, we'll take another call. Caller, what makes you think about moving to another country?
This is DG.
What's up, DG?
Hey, I'm just like having the options. You know, I got two options. You know, we got a house in the Philippines and a house in the States. You know, and I just like having the options. I mean, I think to start off, we're just going to be snowbirds. You know, 6 months at a time.
Right.
But during that 6 months, we're going to travel Asia. You know, I've been to most of the places in Asia.
Mm-hmm.
She hasn't. You know, so. You know, she wants to go to Dubai and all that. And we'll go to Dubai, but we're gonna be there limited time. You know.
Right. Be careful.
You know, I'll say this, Richie: the world's gonna be the world. You know, live your life.
It's a good point, man. Has there been a time in history when there wasn't, issues in Europe or issues in the Middle East in the last 100 years? When has there not been something going on, right? I mean, I really think you just have to live your life and try to figure out what's the best place for you and go there and live your life and be happy. What do you think?
You know, I'm not gonna go to bum F Egypt.
Right.
You know, I mean, I'm not just saying Egypt. I'm just saying, you know, any world that that's got crises and they're targeting Americans. Well, or foreigners. I'm not going to that place. I know that much. I ain't gonna get caught slipping.
Right. So yeah, you just go to a place where I mean, if you're not happy in your own country, go somewhere where you feel like you can have the best life possible. I just want to be in a place where I feel like I can thrive, and like Black Box said, not just exist but thrive. And I like.
Because I mean,
go ahead.
Yeah, I can leave them all. It's her, the grandkids and all. I'm like, yeah, I love them, but I don't need to see them that often.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. It makes it better when you see them, right? You see them once or twice a year, it makes it better. I hear you, bro. I got you.
There you go. I mean, they're getting older, man. They're gonna start dating. They gonna forget about their grandparents. They ain't gonna forget, but they gonna see you less and less. So, I'm getting all the hugs and kisses and spoiling them right now.
I hear you. I'm get as much as I can while she's still a kid, man. Cause I know the time's gonna come.
Exactly.
Yeah, mine is a cutie, and the time's gonna come, and she ain't gonna be bothered with grandpa.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about what somebody else say. I'm living my life for me and my wife.
Absolutely.
Hey, that's it. That's all I'm worried about.
Absolutely.
Our kids are grown now, doing well on their own. Hey, well, hey, all I got is one person to take care of. Besides myself.
Right. You done it and you done lived it. That's what it's about, man.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, don't let don't let nobody take you out of your happy place. Hey, just live your life. That's all I can say.
Definitely.
Life is short.
It can be very short, bro, and you got to find a way to enjoy it. Enjoy it as much as possible, because next thing you know, it might be past you. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
And that's my take on it.
All right. Thanks,
you.
DG.
I appreciate it, man.
Take care. All right. Hey, I agree, man. Ching always reminds me. I got to be honest, y'all. Some people call me a workaholic. I'm a worker. I like working. If you can make money doing things you like doing, you do them. And for me, I like working. But one of the good things about Ching is she always reminds me to stop and smell the roses. Stop and just enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. And so that's something that in 2026, something I reminded myself that I'm going to do more of is just enjoy life. Work is cool, but enjoy life more. And so I think you get to a place. It could be in your own country. You don't have to. Who says you got to move? But wherever it is, if you decide to move to another country, you move for a reason. So go there and enjoy yourself. Go there and enjoy yourself. Live your best life. Do things you haven't done before. Do things you couldn't do in your own country. But whatever it is, decide what you're going to do. But all right, we'll take another call, and then I'll get to what I was going to say. Hold on, caller. Mo, what's happening, brother from another mother?
Hey, Rich. I'm doing good, man.
Good, man. What you got on this one?
Yeah. The reason why, for me, mainly, it's the cost of living, the economic side of it, and plus, I'm an outdoor person. In Bermuda, we ain't got no mountains, we ain't got no rivers. It was just a tiny little island. So for me, and I love motorsports. So
right.
And I know in Philippines they have bike racing, they have car racing. I could go over to Dubai and watch a Formula One or a GP race, and the ease of traveling from Philippines to even Germany or any other European country is a lot easier and cheaper.
Right.
Right. It is. I've been there and I experienced the people. Love it. Love the environment.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of pluses for me.
Right.
See a lot of people feel Bermuda is 22 square miles long and a mile wide at its widest point. So you could travel the length of the island in a half an hour.
Wow. I didn't realize it was that small, bro.
Yeah. So
wow.
On the map was just like a little, how you take your pen,
right,
and you make a little dot on a paper.
It's like a pinpoint.
That's how small Bermuda is. Yeah, like a pin here. Yeah, wow. That's how small Bermuda is on the world map.
Well, I can
So
I can understand you wanting to leave then.
yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like your Clandian, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly, man. Hey, I hear you, man.
Yeah.
Hey, when you come here and you want to do some outdoor stuff, if I'm still around and I should be, holla at your boy, dude. I love outdoors, anything, man. Thanks for calling in.
Yes.
Bro.
All right. Blessings, bro.
Blessings, bro. All right. Morris said, look, I like outdoor stuff. Morris is out there in Bermuda, and I knew it was small, but I guess I didn't realize Bermuda was that small. So I guess so. But he brings up a great point. I love outdoor stuff. If you know anything about me, I love outdoor stuff. Do you know that there is a 5K or a 10K race every single weekend here in Manila? Every single weekend. You don't even have to run it. You can walk it. But it's just a social, it's a social thing. Get out and you walk 5K, you get out, walk 10K, or run it if you want to, bike it if you want to, a lot of times. But there's all this outdoor stuff. There's 10Ks out in the mountains, out in Davao and Cebu, out here in what is it? Pampanga. There's just so much to do outside here, and that's what I like. I love the outdoors. One of the things I missed about China is being outdoors. There's so many mountains, so many places you could get to, and I really like that about being here. So that's another thing. There were so many pluses. There were just more pluses than minuses for me coming to the Philippines, right? Let me get into the comments, but first, before I do, I want to say thank you, Big Boss. Thank you for this super chat, man. I really appreciate it. Big Boss said, happy whatever, man. Appreciate your super chat. And one of the first times Big Boss came in early, right? Came in early, and we always appreciate you, Big Boss, early or late, brother. It don't matter for us. All right, let's get in the comments and see what we got here, right? Big Boss said, I came here simply because my wife and daughter are here. The decision on whether to stay hasn't been made yet, right? So, I mean, if there's ever a good reason to come, then that's got to be a great reason because your wife and daughter are there, right? All right, so let's see. What's the next one? Next one. Kermit's in the house, but Kermit, we just talked to Kermit a little bit ago. And what's the reasons, right? Kermit said, shit is horrible in LA, right? And man, maybe is that LA or Louisiana? I think it must be Louisiana. It's a guess. It's a guess. I'm not sure, but in the U.S., we'll just say in the U.S., right? Bruce M2 said $500 for rent would be great. Look, I mean, hey, Bruce, in the U.S., where is there a single place? I don't care if you're talking about Alabama or Mississippi. Is there a place where you can get rent for $500 a month, where you can get a whole apartment for $500 a month? I don't think there's a place in the continental U.S. where you can get rent for that cheap. But that's easily doable and a very nice place with a whole bunch of amenities out here in the Philippines. And that's no joke, seriously, right? Let's see. Big Boss said, Big Boss will be in Cebu tomorrow. Anyone down? Come over to Le Bar. Oh man, I wish we could have planned that earlier, man. That would have been super cool. David Pryor said, I'm in the process of moving as we speak. David, where are you moving to, brother? Are you moving here? Where are you moving to, bro? Let me know. Call in and let us know, man. Okay. Black Box said, that's why I sound like I chew my words, guys. It's because I'm missing a few teeth. I was assaulted and fought on the bus at work, and my job never did anything for me. Damn, right? That's a tough one. That's a tough one, bro. But I understand why you would want to come out this way to get some dental work done. It's a good place. Thailand is also a good place to get some dental work done, bro. Just for an FYI, but I'm guessing you probably already know that, right? Mr. Mister said, I wanted to travel the world ever since I was a kid. It's something I always wanted to do. Mr. Bruh, you know what? My great-grandfather was a Navy guy. My grandfather was one of the first black captains of his own command. My father was in the Navy. I didn't go Navy. I went to the Army. My son is a Marine. My sister was a Marine. But my point is, they always talked about all these places they had been, man. My father, my grandfather, they talked about all these places they had been, these places they had seen and stuff they had done. And man, I wanted in on that. So I got the travel bug. I really, from a young age, I wanted to see the world. I always wanted to see the world. It was a big deal to me. It was definitely a big deal to me. It really was. So that was part of the deal for me too, man. Ronnie said, I'm about tired of so many people always complaining here. I hear you, bro. I hear you. People are tired. People are tired of being there. And I guess that's the thing that I don't understand is why keep complaining, and do nothing about it? Why complain? Some people complain just to be complaining, but they don't want to do nothing about it because doing something would be too hard. It would be too aggressive. It would be it's scary. The unknown is scary sometimes, so people aren't willing to do anything about it, and they just rather complain. And I can't get down with that. So, but I hear you. Let's see. Tiger said, I'd rather be where people are nice and happy to see. Me too, and that's why I'm here. That's exactly why I'm here. Bruce said, I might have to change my life to the Philippines for May because my layover is in Dubai. Right? Hey, that would be cool. Bruce, holla at your boy if you get here, man. If you get over here out in Manila, holla at your boy. We'll look you up and we'll have a good time. Let's see. Ching, you up in here? Ching said 31 people and only 15 likes. Come on, guys, get the likes up, please. You guys hit the like button. I mean, even if you're dipping in, hit the like button for a minute, man. It's free. It is free, you guys. It costs you absolutely nothing. Please hit the like button. King Ghidorah said, "What's up, room? What's happening, King Ghidorah? What's happening, man? King Ghidorah, why would you think about moving to the Philippines? Why would you think about coming to the Philippines or living in the Philippines? What's the reasons? You guys call in and let us know. A couple people have already called in. I gave you my reasons, but I'm curious as to why people are leaving. Statistics show that 7% of people in America are leaving the country nowadays, are leaving the country each year now. And that's much higher than it ever was before. Why are people leaving America? What's the reason? Why are people thinking about going to Asia, the DR? Or I've heard people talking about Panama, people talking about Colombia. Why are people trying to get out of the U.S.? I love my country, but look, I have no problem looking for a better life. Same as some people come to the U.S. for a better life. Some people might be leaving the U.S. for a better life, right? Okay. Black Box said the main reason people complain is either they move the wrong way to meet a girlfriend or they're impatient and acting like the Philippines is America. I agree with that, man. I think people complain a lot. I think people just complain to complain, and I think really a lot of people who complain are just unhappy inside. In my own opinion, I think a lot of people are just unhappy inside, and they just want to complain because that's all they can do, and they'd rather not. They don't have the gump to fix what's happening. They can't fix what's going on with themselves, and they're not willing to go out and do something bold and brave to fix things, so they just complain about it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Slick Rick said, call in 415-490-8030 if you're calling from the United States. If it's outside the U.S., just put a +1 in, y'all, right? Tiger Ronnie said, people are nicer in the South, and the Philippines is a lot further south, right? I gotta agree. Ronnie, people in the Philippines are super cool. I don't have a single complaint about my life here in the Philippines. If I complained, I would just be complaining. I literally would just be complaining. Life has been pretty damn good. My health has been pretty good overall. I haven't, I'm a knock on wood for that. I haven't had any kind of health issues. But people have treated me. I could not complain about how I've been treated, right? But you guys, what would make you want to move? What makes you think about moving to the Philippines? What makes you think about moving to Asia or to another country? What makes you think about doing it, right? All right. Let me keep a few more comments. Black Box said it depends on your background and sensibilities on where you live and move to, right? Okay. All right. And Big Boss said guys, just make sure you look at both sides of the equation. If you want to come here, it ain't sunshine and unicorns. It ain't all sunshine and unicorns. And you know what, Big Boss? I'm glad you put that out there, because I do think there's people who paint this country as, oh, you come here and now you're in utopia and everything is groovy. And I just don't think that's the case. I think there's a lot of things wrong here. Someone said earlier, the infrastructure. I think there's things wrong here. No matter what country you go to, there's going to be things that are wrong with that country. I don't care. Even the US, there's always going to be something wrong no matter where you go. But I think that the question is the things that are wrong with it, are they tolerable? Can you tolerate those things? Is it okay? Does it take away from you living your best life? And in my opinion, out here in the Philippines, the things that are wrong, it would be nice to have a better infrastructure. It would be nice to have better public transportation. I agree with that. I can't argue with that. But those things don't take away from my lifestyle. They don't take away from my own personal happiness. I enjoy my life here. Ching adds to it. Ching adds to my life and the lifestyle that I have. And we really enjoy it. We enjoy you guys adding to it and the quality of life we've been able to get, having this channel and meeting some awesome people. And that's what keeps me here. That's what honestly keeps me here, and I really, really enjoy it, right? Hurley said, so much whining tries to destroy, so much whining. He tries to destroy NATO, imposes tariffs, then asks for help. Trump is a joke. Hey, Hurley. You guys, you know, I could just go on. I want to stay out of politics, but I have to comment on the comment. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. In the past we've had presidents that do this, that, and the other, and I just wish I could understand. And maybe I just don't have the mental capacity to understand what our president is doing and what his purposes are or his intentions are. But I don't get it, bro. And it doesn't feel to me like the things he's doing are things that are going to make our country a better place to live. That's what I got to say about that. Right? Stephen McCardle said, "What's up, Richie from South Carolina again?" Stephen, what's happening, brother? What is happening? Cheng said, "Be realistic and don't look at the good things. Look at the bad side too. Then you decide. Right?" And for me, that's exactly what I did. I didn't even know Cheng when I came here. I didn't know anybody. I knew my friend Edward. I knew, but I didn't know anybody in the Philippines. I came because I don't have that fear or that I'm gonna fail. I feel like wherever I go, I'm gonna be okay. I have the wherewithal, I have the social skills and the education background that I feel like I'm gonna be okay no matter where I go. So I was cool coming here. I was cool moving to China. I was cool living in Japan for a short time. I didn't have that worry, but I think you really do have to be realistic and look at everything before you decide. And for me, I wanted the adventure. I want to do something different. Okay. All right. King Ghidorah said, "I'm headed to the Philippines in July." Okay, King Ghidorah, I hear you, bro. We'll see you when you get here. All right. Let's see. Trying to get through these comments and see. All right. Ching also said, go to a place where you're loved and appreciated. And Ching is like echoing my sentiments because I always feel that way. Go where you feel appreciated. Go where you love. Go where you feel respected and where you enjoy your life. And for me, I enjoy life at home in the U.S. To me, my life at home in the U.S. wasn't that different than it is here. It was just a hell of a lot more expensive. Just a hell of a lot more expensive living in the U.S. And to me, that's the biggest difference in my life. But everything else was the same. And of course, come on, let me be real. You're not gonna. I was past the age where I'm gonna be dating 35-year-old women in the U.S. Because of my age. They're not trying to hear that mostly. So that age gap thing didn't exist in the U.S. But go where you liked, man. Ray said, "I've traveled to other countries before, but I never lived long-term abroad." And Ray, for me, I lived in China for almost 8 years. So that was the longest I'd ever lived anywhere abroad. And that was a great experience. It gives you a long enough time to learn the culture, to learn the language, understand the people. And to me, that was a great experience. It really was. Jeff said, hey, Rich, for me, it's economic more than anything else. When I make a move later this year, I'll be on disability soon, part 1. Okay. Let me get this part 2 in here. Jeff, okay, part 2 is my disability pay can go a lot further in the Philippines than here in the States. Jeff, bro, I get it, man. Look, that's the number one reason I moved. You know, you save up your money, you put your money aside, and you have to think, how long is this money going to last me? I have questions as to whether we're going to get Social Security when the time comes for retirement. But so for me, I'm thinking, where can I go to stretch my dollar and that I'm going to enjoy my life? And for me, my answer was the Philippines. It just was. And also because I wanted to be close to China because I really like China, and I like Japan too. And so and it's right across it's right over the ocean, quick to get home to my friends and family in California. So for me, it was a good choice for me. It was just a really good choice, right? And Raymond made an interesting comment, and I agree with you, bro. Time moves fast. Tomorrow's not promised to anybody. Ching says that to me all the time. And sometimes I gotta be honest, I forget it. Sometimes, I'm working, I'm on my grind, and I forget it, and I gotta stop and smell the roses. But look, if there ain't no roses around, you can't smell them. So being in a place where you can enjoy it and where you feel great, I think is paramount, right? Blackbox said, yeah, Ching, I keep saying that, but here people are so divided, you can't have a different point of view. So to go somewhere neutral is peaceful. Hey, I agree with that. Just talking about politics, people are so divided. Never in the history of the United States have I ever seen people so divided. Maybe one could argue, maybe during Vietnam. Maybe you could argue, maybe people were like that during Vietnam and obviously in the Civil War way before our time. But in my time, I don't remember people being more divided except maybe during the Vietnam War. And man, it's crazy. It is really crazy how divided people are in the U.S. Let's see. Stephen McCardle said, my girlfriend lives in Davao, but hope to see Richie and Ching as well. Stephen, I hope we can catch up with you this time, man. I missed you in South Carolina, but I got to hang out with Larry B for a hot minute, and that was really cool. That was a great experience. But hopefully we'll catch up this time when you come out here, bro. Let's see. All right. And okay, we got Jeff in here. Jeff is in the house, and DG is in the house. We got DG's comment too, right? And let's see. Next comments. Here we go. Hurley said, Starlux is a great airlines for cheap, newer, great planes, right? If you don't mind going through Taiwan, under 1,000 from Seattle to Manila, direct flights to Cebu. Hey, Hurley, I don't remember who it was who put me up on game about Starlux, but Starlux is on point. Good service, cheap flights. Usually he said 1,000, but I found Starlux flights for easily under $850, even $750. So Starlux is a great way to fly from Seattle or from San Francisco, by the way, out to Manila. So I fully agree with you. Cliff's in the house. What's happening, Cliff? Cliff said, I traveled to Cebu on Saturday, the same time one of my friends did. He only stayed for 7 days, but I'm staying 6 months. Cliff, hey, man, do me a favor, if you want to, hit me in my email and give me your WhatsApp contact. So maybe we can get a hold of you when we go out there to Cebu, brother. I think that would be cool. There's a few people we know out there in Cebu area now, so it'd be cool to maybe even get together and do a little small meet and greet or something like that. I think that would be really cool. All right. Let's see. The big boss said, also, everyone be aware that prices are starting to go up because of world events. They're going to go up everywhere, big boss. Here, the U.S., the prices are going to go up everywhere you go. You can't escape it. You can't. There's no way you can escape it. The price of gas has already gone up. I'm sure the price of food is going to go up very, very quickly. So I don't think you can get away from it. But my question is, how about in the U.S.? If the prices are higher here, they're higher in the U.S. too. So that's my thing. Okay. Oh, all right. Cool. And Slick Rick said he's the one who told me about Starlux. But I feel like it was you and somebody else, bro. It was you and somebody. Maybe it was you. Maybe it was only you. But okay, I'll give you. I'm happy to give you the credit since you do all the work around here. But yeah, Slick Rick put me up on Game on Starlux. I feel like somebody else told me about it too. But Starlux is the way to go. Super cheap and good service. And I'm kind of funny about the service I get on the airplanes, but Starlux, the service is the bomb. It's one stop, either Taiwan, either Taipei or Hong Kong. One stop. The layover is never more than 2.5 hours, and it's nice, cheap, and easy if you're trying to get over here, right? Jeff said, my fiance is paying 10,000 pesos for a room in Dumaguete. That's around $200 a month. Where can you find that in the States? Nowhere, bro. Nowhere. You're not gonna, bro. For $200 a month, you can't even sleep under a bridge. There is nowhere in the U.S. where you can find a place to live for $200 a month, unless it's a family member or a close friend and they're doing you a favor. Period. All right. Let's see. And Black Box said there's a lot of places that are price gouging as well. I think that goes with the territory of Black Box. I think it just is the way it is, and people take advantage of it. That's capitalism, right? I mean, we saw that during the pandemic. We see it during any time that there is a world crisis. You will see people gouging prices and taking advantage of opportunity, right? Harley said, Slick, you'll love it. You'll love it for the money. Great fast monitors, high tech, great economy seats, great food. Hey, Harley, Slick was the one who put me up on Game On, so I absolutely agree. All right, Johnny, me myself said it's cold here emotionally, and the bed is cold. Like if it was the only lay around being fat and lazy, I'd understand. But I tried everything. At some point, it's not me anymore. It's the women here. Johnny, I'm gonna say this, bro. When I was at home, you just see. How do I even put this? When I was at home, what I saw was disheartening. It really was, because you see the women, and a lot of the women feel so entitled, and I gotta take some responsibility for it, because I think the dudes, we have to take responsibility, because we gave them that sense of entitlement. We did all that stuff for them and demanded nothing in return, and that's what we got. There's nothing in return. But now these women don't understand that a lot of men are woke. A lot of men ain't trying to hear none of that no more. And I think there's this tension now between men and women that's going on. And let me tell you guys this. You guys might think it's just in the West. It's not, bruh. Because the same thing is happening in China. It's happening in Korea. It's happening in Japan. The same thing, this tension between men and women, where men say, you know what, to hell with you guys. I'm cool with all of this. If you're not putting in, I'm not putting in nothing in. I'll just hang out with the fellas. This thing is going on. The difference is in Japan, kind of in China. I don't know about China, but in Japan, in Korea, a lot of women have a lot of opportunities, and they can make their own money. They can live on their own. But in countries like China, women can barely get by. You're not going to thrive. The average woman is not going to thrive. And places like here in the Philippines, come on. I mean, if you're a woman and you're trying to do that, I don't need no man thing, it's not working. But you see that in the U.S., and I don't understand how short-sighted the women can be. How do you really think you don't need men when everything you do, everything you have in your life is because of men? It's like this really short-sighted thinking, and you see it so much. It's so prevalent in Western society that I don't need a man, but everything you're doing, you have OnlyFans, and who's subscribing to your OnlyFans? I don't need a man. You drive a car. Who built the car? Or the roads that your car is riding on? Or the home that you live in? all of these things that you get, the food that's on your table is transported, the logistics, all of these things that you get are because of men. And this is not one of those bash women type things, but that's what I saw in the US, this whole ideology that they don't need men, that they can make it without us. And it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy and extremely short-sighted, because once you get to 50, once you get to 45, 50 years old, you're suddenly going to realize life could have been so much better if your attitude had been better when you were younger, if you had taken better care of yourself when you were younger. Life is going to get super rough when you hit 45 and above, 50 and above, and nope, now you don't have the options you had. You don't have the options you had when you were 35, when you were 40 years old even. You no longer have those options, and men don't want you. Men would rather chase after somebody else. Now what are you going to do with your life? Especially if you're, man, you better, women, please think about it. Please think long and hard about the decisions you are making, because they can really come back and bite you, man. Okay, Ray said, you can't get $500 or $600 rent anywhere in America. Ray, you cannot. You absolutely cannot. Maybe a very, very, very few small places, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. I think it would be tough. If you go to where could you go? To what's the name of that? I'll think about it. But it would be I think it would be extremely hard. Extremely hard, right? Zootour said tenderism. Said tendernism. I'm not sure what that means, Zootour. Could you expand on that, Zootour? I appreciate you, bro. Look, Big Boss had got that right. Even the trike drivers are getting in on it, right? As far as the prices, spiking some prices. Yeah, you got to be careful if you come out here. You make sure you know how much it's supposed to cost to go where you're going, right? Let's see. Slick Rick said, Hurley, I've always flown Ava Air. Me too, bro. I like them, and Cathay Pacific. And they've got great service and food also. I believe the fellow who started Starlux is from Ava. I believe that, man. I'm all about 3 airlines. I even include a 4th one. Asiana Air is okay. Cathay Pacific is on point. Starlux is on point. And what's the other one you said? And Ava Air is on point. All of those are on point. United Airlines is cool, man, but man, they're spendy. You're going to spend about $300-400 more for your round trip flight. And if you don't, for a direct flight, you'll spend about $300-400 more. And if you don't want the direct flight, man, you're going to stop about 3-4 different places before you get to the Philippines. So I would definitely recommend those 3. Let's see. Terry941 said Trump. Oh man, I don't understand what that cat is doing, man. I really don't. I really don't. King Ghidorah said the laid back life there is way too hard to not go and do. Man, King Ghidorah, man, life is good here. Life is good here, bro. I mean, if I complained, I would just be complaining. That's it. I got a cool gal who doesn't give me too much problems, who doesn't give me too much of a headache. Got a cool gal. Even without her, life is good. I have a good job where I make way more than enough money, and life is pretty good. Life is pretty good, man. Anders said, leaving because it's the difference between retiring in 2 to 4 years versus retiring sometime in the late 2030s. Anders, I hear you, bro. I absolutely hear you. I think as I get older, I think more and more about retirement and what's my plans. What am I going to do as far as retirement? Yeah, it is the difference. So that's a difference. That could be a 10-year difference, bro. A 10-year difference. How you spend your money, what you do with your money. That's like a 10-year difference. It really is. All right. Oh, okay. Kermit's in LA. My bad, Kermit. All right. Mr. said, I was inspired to travel since childhood by many sources. Family going on cruises and bringing back souvenirs, martial arts movies, Goody Mob's World Party album, etc. Right? Exactly. I had the travel bug, man. I wanted, and you know what? Props to my parents, because both my parents were like that. My mom, she loved to get out and go places, man. Um, both my parents. I got the travel bug from my parents for sure. Even they didn't necessarily. My father was in the Navy, so he traveled all around. But my mother was really cool about traveling places all around the U.S. and in the Americas, maybe South America, North America. My mother was really cool on traveling places and seeing new stuff, and I think I really got that from her. Stephen McCardle said, Richie, great live streams and monitor. Appreciate you, Stephen. Definitely appreciate you, man. DG said, what? DG said, I'll be in the Philippines March 31st. DG, my next question is, how long are you staying, bro? Because me and Ching are scheduled to be going on a short holiday on the 29th. So how long are you staying? Are you going to be here long enough for us to hook up, brother? Okay. Kermit said the infrastructure in the U.S. can't touch China or Japan. Kermit, I gotta agree with you, man. I have to agree with you. There's no comparison at all. There's no comparison at all. People think of China as this old place with bummy ass infrastructure. Bro, go to China. Go to China, especially go to Shenzhen. You will be shocked. Go to Shanghai. You will be shocked. Chongqing, any second or first, second tier city in China, you'll be blown away at how great the infrastructure is, because it's all been built in the last 20 years. So you will be shocked as to how much better the infrastructure is. So wherever you go, wherever it is, Japan, Japan's my favorite country, dude. I could get out in Japan if it wasn't. It's a little bit more expensive, but if you can get out and be there, man, that is a good place to go. All right. Black Box said, we don't get our gas in America in any real amount from the area of conflict, but we're using the situation to make money. As every war, certain companies always profit from war. They absolutely do. War is extremely profitable. Someone has to produce the oil. Someone has to provide the oil for tanks, for vehicles. Someone has to provide munitions. Someone has to provide food, the uniforms, the weapons. Someone has to provide those. War is extremely profitable. You don't think people under Trump or people who voted for Trump are making a lot of money behind this war? Come on, man. All of those people invested in oil or invested in oil already. What do you think has happened to the price of a barrel of oil? What's the price of a barrel of oil right now today? I know 2 weeks or a few weeks ago it was about $60. Current price for a barrel of oil. Barrel of crude is right around $102 a barrel. So a barrel of oil has gone up exponentially. It's $102 versus 60 something dollars just a few weeks ago. You don't think people are making a ton of money off that? You must be crazy. People make a lot of money I feel like every time Trump does something, a lot of rich people make a lot of money, but it hurts the poor and hurts the middle class. I feel like it doesn't matter how the poor and the middle class people feel or how it affects them, because he can't run for president again. So I don't think he really cares. He's not trying to get reelected, so I don't think he really cares. Anyway, Jeff said the last rent I paid in the OC. Hold on, let's hold that comment for Jeff. Hold on, real quick. We'll take this call real. Okay. We can hold on just a second, caller. Just a second. All right, caller, go ahead.
As a former vet who served and did a little bit of wartime things too in the 80s, it's not just the current administration. It's plenty of other administrations for this one. So we can't paint this particular one because we don't happen to, or certain people happen not to like this current administration. It's other administrations down to Kennedy and the Bushes and all the others that were in World War I, World War II, Vietnam, Korea, the War on Terror in the 80s, Barack Obama, every president, whether you liked them or not, were involved in war and made profit were
Absolutely.
Lockheed
It's what they do.
And Halliburton.
Pratt and Whitney.
All this other, so, right. So we cannot just point at the current person because you don't happen to like that person.
No, it's gone on. It's gone on for time since time indefinite.
Right. So this is why I'm trying to take people off focus off the first thing, because we get our e-fields all caught up in this and think that if that current person wasn't there, we would be in the situation we are in now. Not necessarily that wouldn't be either. So we could be exactly where we are. We had the other person in office. So we can't just, because history tells us that we will be back at war eventually, sooner or later.
Oh, no question.
How
and I'll go further than that and say, I mean, if you think about the policy that we had in place, the policies that we've had, as far as trying to eliminate communism or eradicate communism or socialism, have failed. They all failed. I mean, how many of those people died in the Korean War? Which war was worth fighting after World War II? The Korean War, we had no business being in that war. Vietnam, no business being there. Afghanistan, no business being there. How did any of those things help the United States?
Well, Vietnam happened because of the Gulf of Tonkin, and that was a false flag operation.
I don't think so. I respectfully, I would disagree.
Well, you can disagree all you want, but there are people that will make certain dollars and cents that send stuff like that to go on. But no, we'll talk about that when we get together, and I'm not going to spend time talking about war history with you. When we can do that whenever we meet up.
We'll have some. Right? We'll sit down and have some beers or drinks and talk about it, brother. Looking forward.
I drink water. I don't drink beer, so you can drink all you want.
You can drink water. I'll drink water too. Then I don't want to debate with nobody. I don't want to debate with nobody when I'm drunk. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Take care, brother. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, for that matter, if you say the Vietnam War happened because of the Gulf of Tonkin incident, then you might say that World War II started because of Pearl Harbor. It was way more to it than that. But again, without getting too much into history, I'll read this comment from Jeff. Jeff said the last rent I paid in the OC in California was $1,080 back in 2010. Now rent for a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,800. Dude, that's pretty good. $1,800 is pretty good these days. I've been renting a room since my divorce back in 2010. Jeff, $1,800 is pretty good, bro. I mean, for a 1-bedroom apartment, I would question the area that the apartment might be in, because it is tough to get a 1-bedroom apartment in any kind of city for that low. Okay. King Ghidorah said, I split my time living in Japan and the U.S., but looking to replace the U.S. King Ghidorah, I would love to hang out in Japan for 6 months out of a year. I think that would be awesome. And I think that one of the future plans is to travel a little bit more and maybe stay in some places for a month at a time, 2 months at a time, and work and live in different places. I just think that would be pretty cool. I really, really do. Okay. And Anthony Ross said, many of us baby boomers are retired now and looking for a soft place to land. Southeast Asia might be a good option. I think it is, and I think it is. It's Cambodia, Thailand, the Philippines, where else? Vietnam. I think those are some places that a lot of people are going, where you just feel like your money's going to go so much further, and you're not going to have a lot of problems. Maybe you might have some problems in immigration, but you're not going to have life problems. You know what I mean? Things get a lot easier, the lifestyle is just a lot better, in my own opinion. Just my own opinion, right? Stephen McCardle said, love wherever you live. And I totally agree with that. I totally agree. Ray said, and Ray, I said this earlier, 7% of Americans left the United States in 2025. Ray said passport applications in 2025 hit an all-time high. People are trying to get out. People are trying to go somewhere different where they can enjoy their life. And I can't say I blame them. Okay? All right. Jeff said the Philippines is more affordable. The weather is beautiful. all year except for those typhoons. Yeah, June through November, y'all. June through November is typhoon season. Mark that on your calendars, right? The people are nicer and more friendly. I agree, right? Timothy Knox, what's happening, Timothy? Welcome to our channel. Welcome to the solo show on the weekdays. We do the solo show 1 day a week, and on the weekend, Ching is in the house. Let's take another call, y'all. All right, caller, what you got?
Mr. Rich, how are you today?
I'm doing outstanding. Who's calling in?
Awesome. Alex Jacobs here from Southern California. I had a question. Do you have, well, of course I have a question, but do you have any other businesses other than YouTube that you operate?
Absolutely. Bro, if I tried to survive on YouTube, I'd be panhandling. Yeah, absolutely. I have a full-time job outside of YouTube.
Okay, so you work full time still. Right, awesome.
Absolutely. Close to full-time. I work about 30 to 35 hours. It's still full-time. Yes, a full-time job.
Is that your business or is that like you're employed by a company?
No, it's my business. I've been employed by myself since 2009, actually.
Oh wow! So
yeah.
How is it running your own business?
I think, in honesty, I think it's a lot easier now because it's just me. When I was in the U.S. and I had people under me, just me being honest with myself, I don't like managing people, bro. I don't like managing people because some people are lazy, some people don't work hard. I have a different idea of where I want my company to go, and other people just want their salary. And for me, right. I like what I do now because it's just me. I don't have to manage anybody else. It's just me and my clients. I've retained a lot of my clients for years and years, and I enjoy it.
Are you working on U.S. time?
No. Actually, my clients are international clients.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So, which is why a lot of times I start working at 7 in the morning and I finish sometimes as late as 9 o'clock at night. But I have a lot of breaks in between. I'll have a 3-hour break or a 4-hour break, or always a lunch, dinner. I usually have about 6 to 8 hours of breaks in between that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. So you're not up all night.
No, I wouldn't do that. No, I'm not. I usually at this point in my life, I usually go to bed sometime around 11:30.
Let me ask you this: do you think you could operate your business on U.S. time and still live in Asia?
On U.S. time, I probably could. I wouldn't want to. That's just me being honest. Yeah. I just don't want to get on like that. One of the benefits to me about doing what I do is that I can do it on my own hours, and I can still live the life that I want. I can travel around and still be able to keep my customers my clients, and give them the service that they deserve and that they want. So I wouldn't want to, is the short answer.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. And hey, man, I want to thank you because we were able to sit down and do a consultation a while ago.
Yeah.
And I wanted to thank you. You gave me a couple.
You saved me a lot of money.
I tell people that all the time, and but I appreciate you because every now and then you'll give me a little shout out about our consultation. I just wanted to say thank you for it.
Yeah, you saved me a lot of money and time. It was well worth it.
Outstanding. Thank you. Don't let it be the last time you call, Alex.
All right, thank you.
All right, take care. All right. Timothy Knox, what's happening, Timothy? He said, "Greetings, Rich. First-time visitor. Retired military, lived all over the world. Southeast Asia is absolutely the best area." Timothy, where are you at now, man? Let us know where you're at now. I'm always curious where people are watching from, especially when we get new people up in here, so we appreciate you. And is in the house. All right. Mr. I don't know if I said thank you, but if I did already, I'm going to thank you twice. Mr. Thank you for this super chat, man. He says, "I went abroad for sunshine and unicorns. I demand satisfaction, damn it." He didn't say damn it, I added that. But look, I like the sunshine. I like the outdoors life. I'm not with the unicorns thing, but I know you're just joking about that. But I absolutely hear you, bro. I absolutely hear you. It's a good life. It is a good life, man. Jeff said, lastly, I'll be getting away from Trump as a wannabe dictator president. Jeff, there's times when I really want to. I really want to just turn this into an all politics channel, or talk about politics, because you get so many different opinions, and I respect everybody's opinion. We don't necessarily have to agree, but I respect people's opinion. And I'll just say, man, I've never seen anything like this. We can talk about being divisive or divisive, however you want to pronounce it. We can talk about whether we agree with his policies or not, but never in the history have I ever seen someone work so hard to be so much like a dictator. I've never seen anything like this. In my 50-odd years, never seen anything like this. Whether you agree or disagree or like his policies or not, I've just never seen anything like this before. Ronnie Lawson is in the house. What's up, Ron? Ron said, hey, Richie and Ching, I'm checking in on the show. Ron, you know, we always appreciate having you in the house, bro. We always appreciate you. Let's see. DG said the customer services in department stores is my biggest gripe, but I'm getting over that. DG, you know the customer service in department stores. I will just say this: when you come to the Philippines, one of the things you might have to get used to is the service level. Depends. It takes a dip. The service level might take a dip. And I'm one, I really appreciate good service, and I reward good service. But I think there's a lot to be learned about good service out in the Philippines. I really, really do. But you know, everything's not going to be perfect. It just is what it is. So that's what it is. If that's my biggest complaint about living in the Philippines, shoot, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. Ahmed Rama's in the house. What's happening, Ahmed? Ahmed said American voters are to be blamed for putting a madman in the White House and going to war for no reason at all. Ahmed, for no reason at all. I don't know about no reason at all, but but I can say the reason might be it might not be a reason we approve of, but no reason at all. It might be a reason that someone else is telling us to do what we're doing, or someone else is demanding that we do what we're doing. Someone else is actually running things, and it's not necessarily our government. I'll leave it at that. I'm trying not to be too political. Let's see. Harley said, only in the Philippines. Bought a new scooter, then told you can drive it straight home, right? Wait for 60 days to drive it. LOL. Patience is needed here, right? Yeah, you'll get through stuff. You'll go through stuff like that in the Philippines. And man, I'm going to tell you, Harley, what you said is a mouthful. You better be patient here, bro. When you come here, you had better have a lot of patience. And look, if you retire, what are you in a hurry for anyway? But bruh, have a lot of patience here, because things are not quite as, you know, the infrastructure isn't what it is in the West. It's not what it is in Thailand or Japan or China or other more developed countries. You better come with some patience. Steven said, my girlfriend Cheryl may join soon. Good. I hope she joins in. Jump in the channel. I love hearing a woman's point of view, man. I love getting a woman's point of view, especially here in the Philippines. If we can get some Filipinos' points of view, I absolutely love it. All right, speaking of a Filipinos' points of view, Cheng said, wherever you go, there you are. So no one can fix what you don't fix within. But sharing it with a person can make life fuller, especially when you're making a difference in that person's life. You know what? You okay in my book, Cheng. You are okay in my book, baby. All right. Sting Shack. What's happening, Sting Shack? My man is in the house, right? Sting Shack said, for me, the leverage of the US dollar and the use of English, all of it allows me to be lazy as I want to be, right? Sting Shack said, you know what, bruh? That has a lot to do with why I stay here. You know, I got 3 languages in here, and I really didn't want to learn another one. Learning some phrases here and there and are cool. I didn't want to learn Spanish, man. I mean, I think it might not be too tough, but I don't want to learn another language. I really don't. And the fact that people speak English here was definitely a plus for me. It definitely was, no question about it, And then, and like you said, the leverage of the US dollar, I get paid in US dollars. I don't get paid in any Philippines pesos. I have no clients here in the Philippines. Look, bruh, it is a plus for me being here. All right. Let's see. Black Box said, on the other side of the NATO argument is the U.S. The U.S. pays the most into the system and contributes a lot of troops and equipment. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. So why don't they stop up their contributions or step up their contributions? I got you. Because we don't make them, and because they can't, and because we need them for so many reasons, bro. I don't disagree with you at all, but I mean it's like trying to squeeze blood from a tomato. I mean you can't give what you don't have, and they need to be defended, but they can't afford to defend themselves. But if we don't defend them, then we lose them. And anyway, I hear you, bro. I hear you. I wish I could pronounce the name. I'm gonna call you Goo4 until you tell me. Give me something different. How I can pronounce this, bro. Give me something different where I can pronounce this. He said, "What's up, Rich? Hello, Chang. People are moving for affordability. Gen X is retiring, and baby boomers were already moving abroad. Economic refugees. 700,000 Social Security recipients are abroad now. I believe that, bro. I'm a non-recipient, but I hope to be later, and I will be abroad. What you got, Black Box?
You just read the NATO thing?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I'll give you a grounded response.
Okay.
If you were involved directly, meaning that you're involved with, I'm not trying to use children, but I'll use somebody else. I won't use you. There's a guy who's taking care of teenage boys, 2 or 3 of them. But the teenage boys want to do whatever they want to do, but you're paying for mostly all the things they do. Mm-hmm. You're just gonna let them do whatever they want to do?
No, and I'm not. I actually won't. I can't argue with your premise. I can't argue with your premise at all.
And
I agree with it.
That's why the current administration is putting sanctions on them, because you can't sit here and dictate nothing to nobody when you're not putting enough into it to dictate anything to us. If we are the big boy on the block with the big stick, you can't come back and get funky with us when you don't want to do any part.
But can we survive without our
sure
European?
We can.
We can. I think we need allies.
We're the ones.
We need allies.
We're the ones that got the most. We got the most military bases around the world. Mm-hmm. We're the ones that got the most troops. We got the most advanced technology in the world.
Right.
We're the big stick. If we pull out from NATO and just be taking care of ourselves and ourselves alone, do you think the other people can take care of themselves?
Probably not, and that's a problem. And
that's why I said you have to pay. You pay the cost to be the boss. That's why I use the teenage analogy. You can't have it both ways.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying.
So you can't expect us to sit up there and give them equal footing when they don't have equal footing.
We've been doing it for years.
No, we never did. We just didn't hear about it as much because things been on the down low.
Right. Well,
but I've been in plenty of foreign areas, and we control the joints everywhere I go.
Well, I agree with that.
We work in coalition with other forces, and I worked with other people from other forces before, but we were always the point.
But you said the key word is coalition. How can you be in coalition if you have no allies?
Coalition, but we use our allies as supports for us, or we support them so they can do what they do. But they can't sit back and say, we're not going to do anything like to oppose their sovereignty. But they can't sit there and beat the chest and say, well, if you don't do the way we want to do it, then go fly. Okay, then we won't do it at all then.
I can't argue with what you're saying. However, keeping in mind that this show is actually about why do people want to move abroad.
Oh, I know that, but it seems like everybody else was turn into something else. I was sitting here, human in the brain cells. So that's all I am.
No, again, I'm not arguing your premise. I'm just saying you can't have a coalition if you don't have allies, and that's all I'm saying. But I'm not arguing what you're saying.
Right, but the allies need to stay in their lane. That's what part of being an ally. You can't be allied with somebody who's going to run across the street and hurt the whole coalition if you don't follow the rule book.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, appreciate you calling in.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I could seriously, you guys, I could talk about politics all day. And look, if you guys want to do a show about politics, I'm willing to do a show about politics. And the only thing I ask is that if you're going to call in and if you're going to comment, you be respectful of other people's comments. I'm not talking about you, Black Box, but I'll do a show about politics. I can talk about law and politics for hours, for absolute hours. I just ask that people be respectful of each other, and that you be articulate about what you have. Whatever you have to say, just respect each other's peace and respect each other's comments. Let me know in the comments. Put politics. Put the word politics in the comments if you want us to do a show about politics. And it won't be Ching. It'll have to be a solo show on the weekday, because Ching, we wanted to include Ching in the conversation, and she probably may not have a lot to add to a show about politics. So put a P in the comments if you want. If you want us to do a show about politics, we can certainly do that. I love it. I could do that. I could do that for hours. This show, however, is about why are you ready or willing to move abroad, right? And let's get back to that. Jeff said, I've been to Cebu City in 2000, Tarlac, Concepcion, Manila, and Lapu-Lapu in 2018. Back to Lapu-Lapu in 2020. I love it there. I was made to feel very welcome, like family there. And Jeff, I think that's the reason a lot of people want to come to the Philippines. Yeah, there's women. Yeah, your money goes further. But man, the people here are really hospitable. Your dollar goes a lot further. You feel good about you feel good about living here. And I think that's a lot of it, man. That's a lot of it. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Raymond said, I worked in Singapore for a bit, sent there to represent an American company. I've been thinking about going back there. I love my time there. Singapore is a cool country too, Raymond. My only thing about Singapore is, it's a little expensive though. It definitely is a little bit expensive. So I don't know about living in Singapore. You got to have, my whole thing about living abroad is I want my dollar to go further. I want it to go further. And if I'm going to Singapore, how much further does my dollar really go? I don't know, bro. Let's see. Anders says Social Security cannot be drawn outside of the U.S. except for very few cases. I think military disability is okay. That is interesting, and there are ways to circumvent that, Anders. But I do realize that is true. But there's definitely ways to circumvent that. Let's see. Jeff said, I'm going through all the channels and learning everything I need to do and what not to do with disability and moving to the Philippines. Jeff, I can tell you this, there's a lot of people here who will put you up on game about moving to the Philippines and getting disability. So once you get here, you meet the right people, there will be plenty of people who can really put you up on game, bro. Okay. All right, so next. Let's see. Kermit said, I'll be there in June. My frat brother's getting married. By the way, I saw some brands on your arm. What frat? Blue Phi? And I'll leave it at that. Let's see. The political, Goof4, please let me know how to say this, man. The political situation here is depressing, and even some Filipinos are scared of our bases going there because of the craziness. Okay. All right. I'll hold on to that and we'll take a call real quick. Caller, what you got?
Hey, it's Ray. I had to call back.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we need allies. America can't fight a war on its own. And you can't complain. You can't impose terrorists and talk trash about your allies and then be on your knees begging them to come helping you over the Strait of Hormuz. Like all these other allies said, Germany, Japan, on and say, hey, bro, this on you, not our war. Trump doesn't control anything. Follow the money. Look at APEC. Look how much money he gets from APEC.
He ain't controlling nothing.
But we all know why we're in this damn war. But in that country, by the way, is not sending their soldiers to die in Iran.
None of them.
Where are their they are not an ally. They're never with Iraq. We're in that war because of that country.
Right.
They're not sending their soldiers to fight and die. Our brothers and sisters are dying over here.
Another country
can't fight a war on our own.
We can't.
America's gonna fall. There's nowhere in history America can fight a war on its own. And now he's crying because NATO won't come helping him up the Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
They say, "No, bro, got our war. Hey, you want to send your people over there to fight? You didn't get our permission. NATO won't come because he didn't get their permission."
Right. Now, but Raymond, let me give you a flip side. Let me give you a flip side to that. The only problem I have with that is now when you need Big Brother to come help you, when Russia is up your ass and you need Big Brother to come help you, now don't come crying to Big Brother now when Russia's up your ass or another country's up your ass and pushing you around. Now you need Big Brother, but you ain't willing to help out.
But check this, Rich. He released sanctions on Russia.
On the oil.
Russia
I know.
Is giving Iran to kill our people.
I know.
That dude.
I'm not.
And it's getting dementia. He can't remember one thing from another.
Right.
He was talking about the governor of California and called him the president of California. He is dyslexic and dumb. You know, the president of America is lexic and dumb. I mean, this dude doesn't know what day it is.
Yeah, he's getting up there. He's getting up there.
Hey, bro, he's too old, bro.
Yeah.
He don't know what day it is. We can't have a dude in there with dementia, and that's why he's in there. Because I'm just gonna say it. Israel likes him in there because he's being dog walked by Israel. All the politicians are being paid. Listen, APAC money, $230.
I didn't say it. You said it. I didn't say it. You said it.
Well, I don't mind saying it. I'll say it because I ain't scared.
I didn't say it. You said it. But I hear you. But I hear you. Look, I hear you, man. And again, you guys, I'm not disagreeing with what you guys, with at least the last two calls. I'm not disagreeing with what you said. With what you said, but look, again, that might be another topic for another time. And again, here, I'm going to skip to the bottom. I'm going to skip here. And if you want to talk about politics, I don't see peas up in here. All right, we'll take this next call. Caller, what you got, man?
Hey, Rich, how you doing?
Doing real good, man.
No, this is John from Southern California.
What's happening? All right. What you got on this topic, man?
All right, so topic. I want to go back to the topic.
Thank you.
I got political things, but we can talk about that another time. I'll definitely call in when you have a show dedicated to politics. But let's get back on the main thing. The reason I would like to relocate to the Philippines, there's a couple of reasons. My money's gonna go further, and I actually feel like an American when I'm in another country.
Right.
If you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
You get the actual American treatment.
Yes.
The dream when you're as an African American, when you're out of the country.
Absolutely. You get more respect. So people treat you better.
Yeah, you do. They do. I mean, it was like I went there. It's been 3 years since I was in the Philippines. I'm planning to go back later this year. And I was there for a month. I'm planning to go back for a month, maybe 6 weeks for my next visit. And I'm going to scout out some places that I could put some roots down. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful country. The people are beautiful. I've been many places over there in that short period of time that I was there, and I got nothing but fun times. I take that back. I did have one situation that happened, and I had checked myself. I was at a 7-Eleven, and I think this was the first day I was there. And this dude, you know how people, they always open the doors, they put their hand out for some
right,
for a tip. All right, so I had some change in my pocket. I gave him a change, and the dude looked at it and threw it on the ground.
Word?
Because I don't know the money. It's my first day there. I don't know how much I'm giving this dude.
Well, it doesn't matter. He shouldn't have thrown it on the ground. That was just
Yeah.
Anyway, and then he didn't
So
deserve it.
you know, exactly. So you know, I had to catch myself because I had to realize, wait a minute, I'm in a foreign country. I can't go over here knocking people out because I don't know who you with.
Right. Good points.
So
Good points. Yeah, but generally, you feel pretty good though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Cool.
It was great.
Appreciate you, man. Hey, when you coming back?
I'm planning to come back in September. Again, that's when I visited last time. I came in the middle of September, had a great time, and I think I'm going to do the same thing this time as well.
Holla at your boy, bro.
I definitely will. All
right, man. Take care.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. Bye. All right. All right. Exactly. And you guys, I'm looking in the comments here, and I'm happy to do a show about politics. I don't want to turn this into a political thing. If you guys want me to do a show about politics, put it in the comments. I'll do a show about politics. I don't care. I mean, I'll talk about, I'll give you my political take. I'll listen to yours. The audience can listen to yours. You can call in, you can comment. We can do that. This show is not about that, so we'll keep it pushing. But if you want me to do it, let me know, okay? Let's see. Black Box said, I'm coming from the East Coast, so I probably can't use that airlines. You'll have to switch it up, Black Box. You can get Starlux out of Seattle. You can get them out of San Francisco. I do know. So if you're flying from Jersey and then you're going, you're gonna have to stop somewhere anyway, on the West Coast. So you can switch it up at that point. Let's see. Again, be again. I don't know. Bargain. Birgano 440. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I apologize. Please let me know how to pronounce your name and I'll appreciate it. I won't butcher it again. But he said it's terrible that country's not involved and it gets the consequences. It is, man. It is. Anytime there's a war, everybody has to suffer. Everybody's got to suffer. Anytime there's any kind of war going on, we suffer. The prices of food, oil, and all the stuff that we need starts going up because of the demand. Let's see. Jeff said, I'm not going to the Philippines blindly. I've been there and experienced a lot there, especially the pandemic in 2020, from March 2020 to late August 2020, right? So he's been there before. He's done a thing or two. All right. DG said, the only thing I don't like about Singapore Air is past the Philippines, just come back to the Philippines. Me, DG, I agree with you, bro. That's the one thing I don't like about it is you gotta fly right past the Philippines, go all the way down there, and then have a 3-hour layover and get on the plane and come back up to the Philippines. So it takes a lot longer usually when you fly Singapore Air, right? Okay. Let's see. Black Box said feminism is rampant in Japan, China, and South Korea. I can't speak for Japan, but I can definitely speak for China and South Korea. And it is South Korea especially. It has gone crazy in South Korea and in China. But I think the dudes are a little bit more woke in China now. I think they're a lot of bit more woke, and it's really affecting relationships in China. And in Japan, I think it's just been like that for a long time. I think the biggest difference in Japan is the cost of living is so high that people don't want to get married and people don't want to have children because the cost of living is so high. All right. I like this. Harley said, please, folks, don't bring simpism to the Philippines. I like that, man. I completely agree. I'll let you guys keep that conversation between the two of you. Timothy said, in Okinawa, it's hard for them to make it on their own, but there's new military guys showing up every day, so they have options, right? Okay, right. I agree. I've never been to Okinawa before. I've been all over Japan, but I've never been to Okinawa before. Steve McCardle said, Richie, it'll be just like me to take the long road to meet you. I guess so. But it's gonna be good when we finally hook up, bro. It'll be epic. Let's see. MJ Reynolds, what's happening, MJ? MJ Reynolds said, what's up, Richie Rich? I don't need a man is the battle cry for modern day feminism, brother. It is, man. And it's so hard to watch, man. It is so hard to watch because it's like pride and ego. It's like pride and ego just biting at these women. And I don't get why it's so hard for them to admit that you need a man. You need a partner. You need. It's hard to watch. It's very hard to watch. Joey Jober said, if West totally agreed, the very thing you hate was built by the very thing they hate about. So pathetic thinking on Western women. Joey, it's hard, man. When I was in the U.S. and I just listened to people talking, I listened to some of the women talking. You see how they dress. So they dress so provocatively, and the crazy thing is they don't realize that the money they're making from men. They're making from men, but then at the same time hollering out of the side of their mouth that they don't need a man. I don't understand the thought process at all. Let's see. Joey said, these women regret being bitter, hating men. They ended up single and died alone with dogs and cats and a box of wine. I'm going to have to borrow the box of wine part there, but I absolutely agree with you, man. And let's get Anders in here. Anders said, that's what I did. It's about 1/10 of that would have cost to buy a B seat. Oh, sorry, that's in the middle of their conversation still, so I'll let them go with that. Big Love is in the house. What's happening, Big Love? Mr. said you can get a room for rent in Chicago and many other major U.S. cities on Craigslist for $500-600 a month, but not an apartment. Can you really, Mr. I got to tell you, bro. I mean, you might be right about getting a room for rent. I don't know though. I don't know, but I'm sure. I mean, I haven't looked for a room to rent for a long time, but I know what my place in California cost me before I left, and it was far up in the 2000s for a nice place, mind you, a very nice place. But man, hey, by contrast, living here, about $600 a month, $600 to $800 a month gets you the same size place, all the same amenities with internet, and for $600 to $800 a month, I think it's a slam dunk. It's easy. It's easy to see why people are coming here. Jerome Payne said, Ava Air is awesome. They feed you. Yes, they do, bruh. 3 good meals while you're on that plane. I just wanted to sleep most of my flight. They're so polite and professional. Hey, shout out to Ava Air, because they do feed you. They don't look, they put some food up in you. When you get off that plane, you are full when you get off that plane when you fly Ava Air. So shout out to them for reals, right? All right. Let's see here. Jerome said $500 a month rent in the U.S. sounds like gunshots, bed bugs, and rats. That's what I'm saying, Jerome. I don't know that I would want to live in the place. I mean, you know, if you don't make much money, you just got to live where you can live and have a roof over your house, over your head. But I don't know that I would want to live in that place where it's $500 a month for rent, bro. I would be scared. Big Al, what's happening, Big Al? Big Al said, good morning, everyone from Kalinga, Luzon. What is happening? Thanks for joining us, Big Al. We always appreciate having you in here. MJ Reynolds said, let them tell it. They're okay with being single, but still seem to be bitter as hell. Man, they are. And I know this topic is about why moving abroad, but I think another one of the reasons that guys move abroad is because they've just gotten tired of the dating scene where they are, and guys want to believe that there's still love out there, that they can still find a woman who they really love, they connect with and bond with, and I think it's a big thing. But man, I'm telling you, at home, it is tough to find that kind of woman. I mean, I hear the bitterness in women. They're just bitter because the dude dogged them, or because, I mean, but no accountability when it comes to talking about the dudes you chose. The dudes you chose to open them up to. I could another subject we could probably talk about for days and hours, but we'll definitely get Ching on. We'll have Ching in here when we start talking about that. All right. Let's see. Next comment. You guys, and don't forget, Slick Rick said if you want to call in, you guys call in. The number scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Call in, give your comments. Leave your comment, whether it's about the airline you like to fly to get over here, whether it's about why you're thinking about moving to the Philippines or why you moved to the Philippines. Let us know. Call in, give it to us. We got about 20 minutes left in this live stream, and we'll call it good. Let's get to some more comments. Let's see. Professor the Ava is not Ava. It's Evergreen International Airlines, but we always just say Ava. Just so you know. Okay. All right. Good knowledge. All right. Let's take another call real quick. And hold on, caller. Let me get you in here. Caller, what you got, man?
What's going on, Richie? It's Stink Shag.
What's happening, Stink Shag?
Yeah, man. No, I just finished paying my first full month of bills there in the Philippines. Like talk about my rent, my cable, my internet, my everything like that. My total bill for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment, for everything, for rent, internet, water, the whole 9 yards. I paid about total about $450.
$450. Where is this? Is this in Manila or outside of Manila?
No, that's outside Manila. That's in La Union. It's probably about 15 minutes from San Fernando.
Right. So up a little north, right? But you said $450, right?
Yeah, for everything. Man. Everything. The only thing you're not including is whatever food I'm going to buy on top of that.
Right. Hey, that's a nice place.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. For me, I could easily stay in. Let's say I want to live in Manila, but for me, I like a little slower pace, a little less traffic, but where it's located, I'm within less than a quarter mile from the beach, so I'm not complaining at all.
Well, Union is nice, man.
Yeah, and there's the hospital was 5 minutes from me.
Exactly.
SM groceries is 5 minutes. This one called Robinson's Mall, 5 minutes. So everything is that you have there in Manila is still within the same amount of distance. The only thing I don't have right downstairs from me would be like a Alpha Mart, and I did like that when I was in my little condo there. But I'll take that. I'll take that over even walking to the beach within 5 minutes.
Man, it's so affordable. And then the lifestyle.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you. The lifestyle that you can lead, the beach, affordable place to live, the food, the groceries, all of that stuff. I just don't get why someone wouldn't think about taking a chance on moving to another country. Put your stuff in storage if you're not sure. Put your stuff in storage for 6 months if you ain't sure. Give it a shot.
Yeah, and look at it this way. I'm not even there yet. Technically, I'm not completely there yet. I'm coming like once every quarter, but for the availability of what I was looking at, I said, let me just go ahead and take it now. And I'm not. And if I change my mind, I'm not hurting. Right. It's not hurting my pocket to take that place right now.
Exactly.
But the whole point is now I have. Yeah. So the whole point is I'm worth it. It's worth the gamble to me to have it now versus waiting and saying, let me get out there and see what I can find. Because I personally think that the popularity of what's happening in the Philippines is going to shoot up. More people are going to move out there.
I think so too.
Like to Mexico, it's going to drive the price up.
I think so too. I think you're absolutely correct. A lot of people are going to, especially out in the La Union and Clark areas that are growing. I think there's going to be a lot of foreigners moving out there, and the prices are going to shoot up. So you might have been smart to get in where you fit in, bro.
Yeah, just people just like you said, people can't be afraid of it. Take a chance, and make that move, or even just to make it. If you can't make that move, find somewhere to make an investment somewhere. So where just you have the opportunity to make that move if you decide to. Because trust me, I don't feel like I'm losing anything. Even if I do change my mind about it, I haven't lost it. I haven't lost much. If anything, I've gained because in terms of what I'm paying for out there, what I would pay for here it's about 4 times different. We're paying almost at least $2,000 a month for what I'm getting out there versus here. So, that's my 2 cents.
Right. Appreciate
that's my saving of $2,000.
Exactly, bro. When you think about how much money you save, your rent at home is going to be right around $2,000, give or take, right? $2,000 a month. And then
I'm in Southern Cal. I'm in Southern Cal.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
That's yeah.
So then, with your utilities and all that stuff, bro, you are literally saving yourself $2,000 a month. Times that by 12 for months in a year. You're saving yourself around $25,000 living expenses a year. Man, come on, man.
It's for me. It's a no. Yeah. Between that and the English was a no-brainer for me. So
it's a no-brainer.
You will see me on a you'll see me on a regular basis very soon.
Right. All right, bro. We'll see you when you get back. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right, man. Talk to you soon, bro.
Take care. Bye. All right, man. I mean, to me, look, if you're miserable living where you are, if you're unhappy, you're complaining all the time, you don't like your life, why not take a chance? And some people, and now if you're retired, especially if you're retired, I don't understand what you're doing. Why not take a chance, man? You have so little to lose. Just Philippines, Thailand, wherever, Cambodia, Vietnam, wherever. Why not? Panama, wherever it might be, Costa Rica. Why not take a chance and do something different, man? Do something different. It can't possibly be worse than what you're doing now. There's no way it's going to cost you more than what it's costing you now. So that's my take on it. Anyway, let's see. Anthony Ross said it's possible to buy a house and have a mortgage of $600 a month where I'm at, right? Anthony, I know it's very possible to do that. Very, very possible, right? David jumped in and joined the show. What's happening, David? What's going on, man? Glad to have you up in here. All right, man. I just think there's a whole bunch of reasons why people would want to come to the East or come to the Philippines or wherever it might be. I think Western countries, we don't like to say it because it scares us, but I think the West is declining. I think we're bickering amongst ourselves. We can't decide whether we want allies or whether we want to work by ourselves, because they won't pay this, they won't pay that. They can't foot their own bill. They can't take care of themselves, and they're expecting us to take care of them. I mean, we're doing all this debating. I don't know, man. To me, it's easy. I just think there's a decline in the West, and if I'm gonna be around on this planet for 20 more years, man, I want to enjoy it. I would like to enjoy this last 20 years, 15, 20 years, and just enjoy it and live my best life and stretch my money as long as I can. That's it. All right. All right, back to the airlines. Raymond said the cheap airline costs may not be so cheap soon because of the rise in gas prices. You got that right, bro. You definitely got that right. All right, before we get into this comment, let's take a new call. And this one's from Hawaii. All right, I'm curious to hear. Caller, what you got? Are you calling from Hawaii?
I am. Hey, Richie Rich. This is David, man, from Hawaii.
What's happening, David? Thanks for calling back in again.
Hey, man, I'm just here to let you know that I'm a week out from landing.
All right.
There in the Philippines.
Where are you gonna be?
And I know you're going out of town and everything, man. I'm going up into Botalan. So basically, I'm a little bit northwest of you in Manila.
Okay.
About 3 hours.
Okay, so you're going way up there.
Nah, that's not way up, man. You know, I get down to Subic Bay when I come, a few times while I'm there.
Man, you're going to be in the mountains, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of in the mountains. But actually, I'm on the ocean, but the mountains are very close by.
Right.
But, yeah, man, I just wanted to reach out to you, brother, and I wanted to say to you, man, that you are absolutely on point. All of the West
it's crazy.
The way that it is because there is a different thought process and mindset on what is happiness, what it is to be successful, what it means to live good, and all of these things. And you know that there are countries around this world where life is so much better.
There are,
and
man.
Southeast Asia is it.
Mm-hmm.
And as one of those places, it's really you can pick many countries there,
mm-hmm.
but your life will be so much more comfortable.
It's no joke.
And less stress. You know. And I think that those in the Western world, that most people will never travel more than 100 miles from their place of birth.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
And it is. And they're scared, man. They're really scared to go anywhere that's not familiar.
But let me say this, man. But isn't that why a lot of people, and no disrespect to anybody out there, but that's why a lot of people are on this channel, because they're kind of living vicariously through some of the vloggers. Whether you're on Calvin's channel, you're on my channel. They're kind of
I love Calvin. I love Calvin, man. I watch him every day.
Yeah, that's my dude. That's my dude. Everybody know that. But they're scared to dip their feet in the water, so they come onto our channel. They come onto Calvin's channel, and they want to talk and talk. But they're just scared, man. They're scared, and I'm thinking, what do you have? What do you have to lose? The only thing you know for sure is your life is going to be the same tomorrow as it was today if you stay.
That's one thing you're gonna know for sure.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now that I think about it, maybe the audience listening to us, listening to the stream, maybe the chat room and everybody, as a person who has traveled, I would say half of the world. I've traveled half of the world. Of course, like you, I'm a vet. And I traveled a lot of places, a lot of countries, done a lot of stuff, lived in a lot of places. One thing I have found, no matter where I have been in this world, people have to really understand that communication is very deep.
It's paramount.
It is much deeper than the particular language you speak, because your facial expressions, your hand gestures, your energy, your demeanor, all of that speaks to the person that is in front of you.
Right.
And you can convey how you feel. You can describe what it is you're looking for through signed language of some sort. I don't just mean the traditional deaf person sign language, but signed language. And you will be surprised at how well you can be understood if you slow down and if you change your face or express yourself through your face, beginning with a smile.
Right.
And, just letting your body language convey your energy.
Sure.
And people will reciprocate. They know everybody knows how to perceive a threat.
Right.
And if you present yourself as non-threatening, you will go a long way for someone who does not speak your language.
I think that's absolutely correct, man. And I appreciate you calling in, brother. And don't let it be the last time you call in. Hey, you have to have the right mentality. You have to have the right mentality, the right mindset. And I think that the mindset is just about living your best life. People use that as like a cliche, but they go around, they're complaining, they're whining about stuff and all that. And I'm not talking about everybody. I know there's a lot of people I've met in here that are in the chat right now that are living their best life, even in the U.S. So I'm not talking about everybody, but I'm talking. You guys know who I'm talking about. Those people that go on to Calvin's live stream, that come on to here, that might come on to Philippines Antics, and they want to complain. They want to complain about the country, and they really want to leave, but they're so scared to leave. They're so scared to leave. It's like I liken it to being an entrepreneur. And the people who hate their jobs, they really hate their jobs, and they have an opportunity to work for themselves, but they're too scared. And they know that if they work for themselves, they could potentially make 3 or 4 times more money. They could have a lot more freedom, but they're too scared, and they're just okay with getting that same paycheck week to week. And so they just won't take the chance. They won't take the risk. They're not willing to do it. And so you get what you got. You get exactly what you got, and it's not going to change, right? Okay. Let's see. Shy Rochelle said, I'm watching from the Philippines. And I think Shy Rochelle might be a woman, if I'm not correct. Could be. Nice to have you in here. We love having you in here. We love getting local people's opinions and joining our conversation, because it's not just for people from the West. Jerome Payne said, I'll take a typhoon in the Philippines over BS in the U.S. Horrible culture, high gas prices, constant political nonsense. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Okay. Yeah, I really have to agree with you. Let's see. I think we got about 5 more minutes left in this live stream. If you want to call in, we got 5 minutes. I'll take another 1 or 2 calls, and we'll call it a day on those. And let's see. Okay, I think we got a lot of internal conversations, which is always good too. Let's see. DC said, in the Philippines, the people are very nice. Totally agree, man. You just have to relax when it comes to getting things done in a timely manner. You know what? I agree with that, DC. When I'm dealing with local people, I just have to have a whole new mindset, even when I go into dealing with local people, understanding they're not in a hurry. They're not going to do it like they do it in the U.S. You're not in the U.S. And I think if you have that mindset, you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay, right? All right, Shy Rochelle, I thought that's who it was. She said, my boyfriend is Stephen McCardle. Shy Rochelle, it's good to have you in our chat. We really appreciate having you here, for sure. Okay, we really appreciate having you here. It's good to have another woman's point of view in here. Don't be shy. Comment or call in if you'd like to. We'd love to get your take, okay? All right, let's see. Joey said, patience is a virtue here in the Philippines. Don't bring Western convenience here. It's a different culture and different values. You got to be patient here. You got to be patient. If you're impatient, this is not the place for you, because you are going to get your feelings hurt. They just do things a lot slower here, and it's just something you got to get used to. Even me, even now, every now and then, I start running out of patience, and I kind of shift Ching to the front and center, so she can take care of things, because but in general, usually I'm pretty patient. But man, you got to have some patience when you come here. All right. Let's see. Harley Johnson said, "Don't get excited if you see 8 people behind the checkout counter. There will only be one operating the cash register." Exactly. Man, I could talk on that for a minute. Yeah, 8 people running around doing nothing, accomplishing almost nothing. But they are working, I guess. But that's the way it here. That's the way it is here. All right, let's see. Let's see. I just want to make sure I get the comments in before we get out of here. Okay. David said you should just do a separate channel for politics. You know what, David? That's not a terrible idea. It's not a terrible idea. Maybe I might just do that. Maybe I might do that. That's something to think about, right? Alex said politics show. DC said no politics. Okay, let's see. We're getting some feedback on the politics. Politics after boots on the ground. Hurley Johnson said. Andrew said he'd rather not do politics. Okay, Doc. All right, Doc said politics. Let's do it another day. It sounds good for politics. Okay, all right. So, all right. All right. Let's see. Real quick for the super chat. The professor. I got it now. Okay. The professor said, no shade, Richie, but the chat is in the year 2040. Joke lang. Not that that's true. I'm a VA and SS living in Pampanga, in Angeles City, Pampanga. And really quick, I do need to say this. The last caller from Hawaii mistakenly referred to me as a vet. And I always, because of my respect for the other people who are also in the military, I do not qualify as a veteran. And I want to always say that, because I don't want to have any stolen valor, anything. Yes, I was in the Army briefly, but I don't qualify for a veteran for whatever reasons. But I never want to take credit for being a veteran because I am not a veteran. So, but I appreciate the veterans who serve, as well as my son. I got a lot of love and respect for the people who serve and the other people who served, and the people who will serve, and the people who served before me, or the people who served before us, I'll say. Right? Okay, let's see. Timothy Knox said, Fort Benning, Georgia, currently travel to Japan every 6 months. Okinawa. I love Fort Benning. Been there, of course. I think if you've been in the Army, we've all been there. So it's a cool place. And Japan is my all-time favorite country to travel to, right? Hurley Johnson said, in my defense, I can still bench 275. Hurley, that's pretty damn good. 17 pull-ups and recently hiked the Grand Canyon. Hurley, you doing pretty good, bro. You're doing damn good. Shit. Benching 275 and 17 pull-ups, bro. That's really good, right? Let's see. Got it. Okay. All right. Ahmed said, you know what? I'll just put that there. I'll just put that there. Because again, I appreciate you guys giving me a little feedback. Maybe that might be something I'll do in the future, is doing a channel where you can voice your opinions politically on another channel. But since Ching is on this channel with me, and you know, it's difficult for her to state her opinion or give an opinion one way or the other. So I just want to keep it about living abroad and relationships and living abroad there, right? Anyway, you guys, I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for joining us, of course, on this weekend. Remember, our live stream is on Friday night Eastern time. Friday night Eastern time. Wait, is it Friday night? No, it's not. Never mind, because we're doing our Spartan race. We're doing our Spartan race this Friday night. So it's not. It's actually on Saturday night, and then but after that, it's going to be on Friday nights. So you guys, we should be coming into our next live stream on Saturday night with a new medal from our Spartan race. I'm excited about it. And anyway, thank you guys for all the love you give. Thanks for joining us. If we didn't get to your comment, I apologize for that. We try to get to as many comments as we can. You guys, don't be afraid to call in. Call in and tell us what you think. Share your thoughts. I saw that there was a little conversation back and forth about Social Security benefits. Call in with your comments. Put us all up on game, man. This is some stuff that we could all know and we could all benefit from, right? Anyway, we'll see you guys on Saturday night after our Spartan race. We love you guys, and hey, be here for this next topic. You're gonna love this next live stream topic. I guarantee you, some of y'all might get a little bit heated. So until then, we'll get back to you. Until then, we'll see you after this. And don't forget, if you come here to the Philippines, lead with your character. Don't lead with your wallet, bro. It never works. You are going to be a target, and you're just going to be another number and end up on Rafi Tulfo. All right, we'll see you then. We'll see you next time. Love you guys, and we're out.